In Philippians 1:9-10, Paul says, "And this is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so that you may be able to discern what is best and may be pure and blameless for the day of Christ." These verses give us a deep and meaningful picture of what spiritual growth really looks like. Paul is writing from prison to a church he loves deeply, the believers in Philippi. Despite his own circumstances, his focus is on their spiritual maturity. He doesn't pray for their protection, prosperity, or position. Instead, he prays for their love to grow, and not just any kind of love, but a love that's rooted in truth, understanding, and discernment. That's powerful. Let's begin with that phrase, that your love may abound more and more. The word abound means to overflow, to increase without end. Paul isn't talking about a love that stays stagnant or casual. He's praying for a love that keeps growing, love that's alive, active, and expanding. But what kind of love is this? It's not just emotional or romantic love. It's agape love, the kind of love that seeks the highest good of others, that reflects the heart of God. And here's the key. Paul ties that love to knowledge and depth of insight. Why is that important? Because love without truth can become reckless, and knowledge without love can become cold. Paul is praying for a balanced love, a love that's not just kind, but also wise. He says, I want your love to grow in knowledge, meaning in your understanding of God's word, of Christ's teachings, and of the spiritual principles that guide your life. But he doesn't stop there. He adds, and depth of insight. That's discernment. That's the ability to go beyond surface level thinking. It's the kind of insight that sees people the way God sees them, that understands timing, motives, and spiritual consequences. This kind of love isn't naive. It doesn't just accept everything blindly. It evaluates, it tests, it chooses wisely. And that leads us to the next part of the passage. So that you may be able to discern what is best. Notice, Paul doesn't just say, discern what is good or avoid what is bad. No, he says, discern what is best. That's maturity. That's wisdom. That's next level decision making. Because sometimes in life, the hardest choices aren't between good and evil. They're between good and better, or better and best. Discernment helps you recognize divine timing. It helps you choose peace over pride, purpose over popularity, and long-term joy over short-term gain. It helps you say no to distractions, so you can say yes to destiny. And discernment is especially crucial in relationships, in opportunities, and in spiritual leadership. Paul is saying that love guided by wisdom leads to clarity, and clarity leads to a life that honors God. Then he continues, so that you may be pure and blameless. The word pure here speaks to the heart. It's about integrity, about being sincere, without hidden motives or double-mindedness. It's about being clean on the inside, not just looking good on the outside. Blameless, on the other hand, is how our life affects others. It means living in such a way that you don't cause others to stumble. Paul is praying for a life that is whole, holy, and full of character, where your love, your decisions, and your lifestyle all reflect Christ. Finally, Paul anchors this prayer in eternity. for the day of Christ. That phrase reminds us that everything we do is leading to a day, the day when Jesus returns. Paul's perspective isn't just about today or tomorrow. It's about preparing for that moment when we stand before God. He's saying, let your love grow in wisdom. Let your choices be guided by discernment. And let your life be marked by purity. Because one day, we'll all give an account. And maybe the most important takeaway is this: discernment isn't just about decisions. It's about direction. It shapes your walk. It guides your relationships. It prepares your heart for the return of Christ. Paul's prayer should become our prayer. God, help my love to grow in wisdom. Help me to choose what's best. Help me to live pure and blameless for you.